Good morning. Thought I would do the devotional outside this morning. It's a beautiful morning, enjoying God's sunshine. This morning I want to carry on from the book Anxious for Nothing by Max Lucado. And this morning I want to talk about the peace of God that will guard yours and my heart. I want to read a couple verses for you. First one is from John 14, verse 27. And Jesus said this, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." Philippians chapter 4, verse 7. It says this, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." I have been watching the movie called The Perfect Storm. And it's not perfect in the sense of ideal, but perfect in the sense of combining factors. In the movie, there was the hurricane force winds, plus a cold front, plus a downpour of rain. And they're all working together to create this perfect storm, this insurmountable disaster. The winds alone would have been a challenge, but the winds plus the cold plus the rain, and it's the perfect recipe, the perfect storm. You and I don't need to be on a boat to experience the perfect storm. In fact, you probably undoubtedly already faced a few in your lifetime. A layoff plus a recession, an illness plus a job change, a relationship breakup, a sudden loss plus an unforeseen event that threatens your future. Individually, these elements, we might be able to manage them. But collectively, they are too great for us. It's enough to make you wonder, will you even survive? And Paul's answer to that question is as profound as it is concise. Philippians 4:7, he says, "When you present your requests to God with thanksgiving, the peace of God will guard your heart." In other words, as you do your part and release the worry to God, He does His part, bestowing on you His perfect peace. You should be worried, but you're not. You should be upset, but you're calm. The peace of God transcends all logic, scheming, and efforts to explain it. When Paul was faced with the perfect storm at sea, in Acts chapter 27, 23, 24, he told the sailors, "Last night an angel of God, to whom I belong and whom I serve, stood beside me and said, 'Do not be afraid, Paul. God has graciously given you all the lives who sail with you.'" On the deck of a sinking ship, God sent angels to minister to Paul. And He will do the same for you and I. Unlike the world, His resources are limitless, and His peace is permanent. Perhaps you prayed and prayed and heard nothing. My encouragement is, don't give up. Rest in the truth that just as God sent His angels to protect those you read about in the Bible, He will send His angels to protect you. Even as your storm continues to rage. When you give your life to Him, He took you into His family as a cherished child. He has purpose for your days, and He invites you to join in, accomplishing His will in the world. He will use the storms in our lives to grow your faith, my faith, and trust in Him. When you seek the Lord, you will find Him. So seek Him first. Lead with worship and thanksgiving. Go first to your Father in prayer and praise. Confess to Him your fears. Set your face towards God and cry out for help. Admit your weakness. And then once God moves, take a step and move with Him. Expect to see God of ages fight for you. He is near as you and I take our next breath. You may be facing the perfect storm right now, but Jesus offers the perfect peace. I leave some questions for you to ponder further this morning. What are some perfect storms that you have faced in your life? What made them so difficult? In what ways is God's peace different from the kind of peace the world has to offer? And lastly, what protection do you need God to provide right now? How can you express your trust in God, God's ability to care for you in the midst of these difficult circumstances? Thank you for joining with me this morning. May you have a great week. Enjoy God's creation. Enjoy the heat of the sun. And may I encourage you to encourage others. Text them. Let them know how you're doing. And thank you. Thank you for trusting God. Have a great day.